with the minimum number of words is 3,000 words. How you can see my screen, 3,000 words. So that's only different, meaning to say that the depth, the detail of your proposal, that's how we differentiate between undergraduate, between master, between degree, between master, between PhD. The depth of your proposal. So I am also teaching undergraduate research methods. So the material all the same. Tak ada beza pun, all the same material. From chapter 1 to from the first chapter to the last chapter, all the same material. There's no different at all. The only difference is that how we evaluate the students for the undergraduate. The requirement is low, or master a bit higher, and the PhD of course the highest lah. So that's the difference. That's the difference between in terms of why, if someone asks you why our class is mixed between undergraduate to master and PhD, that's the reason. The materials are the same. There's no different in terms of material. There's no such thing as advanced or not advanced. About the same thing. Of course, this subject matter can go advanced. You can go advanced, but it'll be once you want to go further into like let's say quantitative methods, you go advanced in terms of, let's say, structural equation modeling, SEM, for example, or you want to go advanced into PLS, partial least squares punya methods lah. That's quantitative lah. Or if you want to go advanced like qualitative, go advanced, like for example, what's the difference between net ethnography, between predictive, that's advanced lah. So and in this class we are not going to that detail lah. So we are mostly on the surface lah. Kalau nak advance lagi, advance in terms of quantitative, maybe in terms of modeling. Kalau qualitative in terms of methods lah, sama juga methods. Maybe in terms of, let's say you're doing about history, for example. Let's say doing for law, for example. What are the methods will be different. I'm talking about qualitative. So that's if you go deeper lah. So for this class, we're not that deep. Only the, as I said, the almost surface lah. Not very deep. That's the idea lah for this class. So that's why I said, yeah.
Sorry, Doctor. Tadi Dr. ada mention yang law punya ada method yang berbeza kan? So contohnya apa Doctor?
Okay, contoh dia yang berbeza sikit. I'm not from law faculty, so I'm not so sure sangat dia punya ni lah. What I think I noticed about about when you are familiar with the journal, kan? I'm not sure. I don't think you're familiar yet lah. So when you read journal from, let's say, read journal from Journal of Finance, read journal of business research, read journal from, let's say, science, journal of physics, journal of biology, for example. And then you go to the journal of law, for example. Journal of banyak discipline, kan? So one thing you will notice that the punya approach is a bit different. Approach of writing your argument is a bit different. For example, maybe later on you will see later on if you are interested in law punya journal. One thing I noticed about journal in law, tak kisahlah what kind of law, is it Sharia law ke ataupun yang business law ke, contract law ke, whatever law you're talking about lah. One thing I noticed that the structure is different from what we teach in the class. The structure, I mean, in terms of writing, so the structure in good, if you go, I'm not so because last time in we have what we call Institute of Pengajian IPS, Institute of Pengajian Siswaza. I mean, the center is for postgraduate. They will post the structure of thesis lah. That means the structure of thesis always start with introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2. So usually about five chapters. Chapter 1, introduction. Chapter 2 is your literature review. Chapter 3 is your method. Chapter 4 is your analysis. Chapter 5 your conclusion. It's a standard standard way of writing your academic papers. Most of the thesis ataupun journal they follow the standard. The difference between law, for example, this one also I noticed when I read journal in sejarah, history. Same thing juga. I'm not so sure why they kind of way lah. Because it's not my area sangat. It's not my area of in depth lah. So, but I noticed that difference. Dia tak ada, if you look at the, let's say, journal of history or journal of law, you will not see literature review proper. The section literature review tak ada in the journal. I'm not so sure of the thesis because I don't read the thesis, because I only read the journal lah. Because when you are doing your write-up in the thesis or in your journal, sometimes the subject matter will be multidiscipline. For example, you're doing something about business, ada multidiscipline with regard to law, multidiscipline with regard to history. So you cannot run away from that lah. So you cannot run away from multidiscipline because you need to put some idea from the law perspective lah. So one thing I noticed about law or journal, they don't have that kind of like literature review and method. Tak ada. So when you read journal of law, for example, you will see that ada some introduction, background, lepas terus discussion, conclusion. Itulah lebih kurang. So the way I'm not sure is that the nature of law ataupun tak, but so many times I see that's how they wrote the academic papers lah. So like say for example they're talking about whatever, let's say law about, let's say contract law ke apa kan. So they mention about this issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, and then conclusion. So they tak mention what are the literature review, what are the method, what are the analysis. I find it difficult to understand lah. Sama juga macam same with history, sejarah. So when I read history journal, I found it the way of writing different. I'm not so sure how they do the thesis lah. Again, I don't examine thesis from Jabatan Sejarah. I only examine thesis from management and business lah. So I don't see these two lah. I mean, yang the one that tak ada, it's missing from the paper is the concept of literature review and the concept of method. That two is missing, which is a bit odd lah for me who are teaching this method. So I'm not so sure. So that means compared to other ni lah discipline lah. That means apa? That means in each discipline they have some way of writing lah. Maybe I'm not so sure is that commonly accepted or not lah. But from my side, when I read business and management, it always start with introduction. The introduction tu dia explain the author will explain what are the background, what's the problem, what they try to achieve lah in this paper ataupun thesis, and then go to literature review, what kind of past study have shown about this issue kan. It's basically LR lah. LR, literature review, basically telling you what past study has informed you with regard to the subject matter. The study could be directly related or could be indirectly related, could be CP-CP saja, just some part, some partly involved lah. Because we have to understand some of the study tu not exactly related. Maybe related in terms of the method that is used, maybe related in terms of the theory that is used, maybe related in terms of the context lah. Context maybe in Malaysia, context maybe in Europe kan. So itulah lebih kurang. So that's LR lah. So from my side, I always see when I look at the thesis ataupun journal article, we always start the introduction, then literature review, methodnya apa. So method means kalau literature review talking about past study about the subject matter, and the method pula talking about now. Your study ni buat apa? What your study is doing. So that's method lah basically. And then you're not gonna, are you going to use interview? Are you going to use survey? Are you going to use secondary data? What kind of data are you going to use? What kind of model you want to use? That's method lah basically. And then analyze what you're finding lah, and then last kali conclusion. That's the standard way of doing a thesis or doing a research lah for for us business management lah. Actually the way of doing things sama, the way of research sama, everything sama. We all start with introduction. The way of doing research sama. There's no different in terms of that lah. Tapi the way of writing the research could be different. This is what I'm saying just now. How the difference that how they present the idea, the study. Itu je lah beza je. So when you have read a lot of thesis or journal article in various discipline, you will see that there's a different. I'm not sure about thesis. I cannot tell about thesis. Because thesis ni susah sikit. Sebab thesis susah nak dapat. It's not easily available online lah thesis. So kalau journal senang. You can just use Google Scholar. You can find journal in whatever field you like lah. Science ke, medic ke, engineering ke, whatever lah, dapat. Kan? But thesis a bit difficult lah. So this is something also I want to tell you that when you do your PhD or master, careful, be careful when you want to make reference. Be careful in what way? Be careful in what in terms of the depth, dia punya the quantity and quality of your discussion. You got to understand when you read journal article, the journal article has certain limit of number. For example, you must not exceed usually for journal article 10,000 words. 10,000 words include everything. Not more than 10,000 words for journal article. And that means you cannot talk more than what you have to talk, more than what you want to talk lah. So that means sometimes when you refer to journal article, the description is a bit skimpy lah, sikit je dia letak. So you cannot use that argument in your thesis nanti. I just follow the journal article, just write this much. Tak boleh. You cannot follow the idea. So the idea in journal article It's only suitable for that journal, but not for thesis. Because for thesis, it's different. You have to explain in more detail lah. That's the difference between journal and article. So that means later on when you write your thesis, do not base yourself too much on journal article punya depth lah. Sometimes if you read a journal, they don't mention much about, for example, the issue of let's say you're doing interview. Let's say doing interview as your source of data kan. For example, and usually when you read in journal kan, they will say that our interview, we interview let's say 10 people or 12 respondents or maybe 7 or 8 respondents. And then maybe the author akan tulis, we will reach the point of saturation. Saturation meaning what saturation in interview means that almost every respondent are telling you the same idea, the same thing. So for different respondent, but they give you the same answer. So once you reach that kind of situation, then you can call that the point of saturation. So that means dah sama, semua sama je. So that means kita dalam bahasa panggil tepu lah. So in English you call it saturation. The point saturation meaning the almost all agree towards same idea lah. So that's saturation. But when you read the journal, they tak discuss what is the meaning of saturation, how do you reach, how are you sure that saturation has arrived, itulah. And that's not usually discussed in journal article, except if you are referring to journal of methods, then maybe dia punya tu akan detail lah, the explanation will detail lah. But if doing journal yang not method per se, the discussion about the saturation tu is very superficial sikit saja. Maybe about one paragraph dah habis. That's all. Maybe for 2 or 3 sentences dah habis. So for you to follow the idea on that journal in your thesis, that's wrong. You cannot do that. You must explain further lah. Kalau you want to say that, okay, we interview this number of people, respondent, then we have reached a point of saturation. So you have to prove lah in thesis. The point of saturation has achieved through what are the evidence lah, then itulah lebih kurang. That's the idea lah. So which means what? Which means that when you see the journal say about something, some issue, you cannot take it exactly as it is and sama macam tu juga. That means you have to explain a bit more lah, especially if that the issue that you're talking about is important issue lah, such as you want to justify kan. Let's say you only have respondent like only 8 people only, or maybe 9 respondents, or maybe 10. Maybe 10 respondents only. Why only 10 respondents? Itu examiner akan tanya. Examiner will ask you, why only 10 respondents? You must be prepared for the answer lah. That means you have to write it down in your thesis. But if you look at the journal, sometimes dia tak jawab, dia tak tulis tu. Kenapa dia spike? Why are they using only 5 respondents? Why only 6? Why only tak ramai lah basically. Kalau dah like ramai, usually when we say ramai, a lot of respondents, usually the threshold, the number tu 30 lah, usually 30. How do I get 30? You have to look at buku teks statistics lah. If you look at buku textbook statistic, you will see that table nak terangkan banyak pun tak boleh, tapi you can say that look at the table of taburan, distribution. Distribution, let's say, you don't go normal distributions, but normal distribution, there's no such thing as number of if you look at normal distribution does not inform you about respondent, the number of respondent. But you want to know number of respondent, you must go to different distribution. We call it T distribution. T, T for Terengganu lah. T distribution. If you go to T distribution, you can see that the T distribution will inform you about number of student lah. Maybe I will pull out what's T distribution in case you tak tahu apa dia. This is what I call Weckman T distribution. T distribution. So this T distribution is this one. Image. I hope you can see my table. This one. This is what I meant by T distribution. Okay, this one. So when you look at the T table kita panggil distribution. I hope you can see I'm not going to teach you some statistics although I'm teaching statistics, but roughly that's what I meant by this one. So when you look at this one, when you look at this, I don't want to scare you with statistics, but this is usually how we come to conclusion whether the number of respondent to is enough or not So usually this distribution statistics lah basically if you want to inquire more, you have to go to ni lah, can learn on yourself. But basically the idea is that from T distribution you can get some idea lah how many number of I'm talking about interview not survey. Survey different story. I'm talking about this interview. So let's say you're doing interview, for example. You can see from this this a T table. T table kat atas ni 0.5 semua ni. I don't have to explain to you sebab kalau if you want to explain to you, take another 10 minutes to explain. Don't worry about that. Just look at the number, look at the pattern of numbers. Look at pattern of numbers inside the box. You will see that the number getting smaller and smaller as I scroll down. The number getting smaller and smaller and getting almost converge to one number lah. For example, this one dia dah circle sini lah. So kat sini lah biru ni. So if you notice that 30, 0, the number start to converge to one number 0.684, 684, not much different macam sebelah ni 0.56. Tadi atas je besar, bigger number 0.9, ini 0.7, 0.9 So the number getting smaller and converge to one particular number lah. So that's why I said usually in terms of statistics if you can get 30 interview, that is already considered a lot. I mean a lot means the number of respondents can represent may be able to represent the whole population lah. Lebih kurang that's the whole idea kan. Lebih kurang macam tu lah. 30 ni adalah the number of panggil DF lah. DF ni short form for degree of freedom lah. It tells you the number of respondents lebih kurang So just now I said you cannot use taburan normal because if you want to use taburan normal distribution, normal distribution will not tell you the number of respondent. If you Google number distribution, enter, I click image, I go to the table itself. I click all. I have no intention to teach you statistics because statistics need another class. So if you go to normal distribution, and so you cannot get the number ni YouTube ni tak boleh tak nampak. I show you table Table lah kot. Sorry. I think better table Table. Okay, table. Yeah, that's better. Nampak sini kan. So this is normal distribution. So kalau if you look at normal distribution ni, it will not tell you, it will not inform you the number of respondent lah. Macam ni lah. Ini kan. So don't worry about the what the table is all about. Just look at the number kan. The number does not tell you anything about does not inform you the number of respondent. Kan this one is all this one kita panggil probability lah. Okay. So don't worry about this much. But I think you know what normal distribution kan. So normal distribution basically tell you about how this world work lah kan. So macam lebih kurang normal distribution table pula distribution So itu lebih kurang normal distribution ni. Normal distribution tambah normal membayangkan tell you that this how the world works lah lebih kurang macam tu lah, which is this I je lah macam ni lebih kurang So tak apalah, just tell something to share with you lah because it should become very very crucial now as we come to macam ni lebih kurang so macam ni lebih kurang normal distribution. So normal distribution ni yang these are the idea that I hope you can see normal distribution So normal distribution is the assumptions all theory in this world dia punya assumption dia adalah normal distribution The assumptions are all on theory in this world is based on normal distribution What does normal distribution mean? Normal distribution maksudnya apa? Imagine this is the curve curve macam ni. Imagine this is the line down here indicate let's say your income lah, for example let's say this one indicates income on your left hand side low income. Let's say the left side low income, the right hand side high income that means from zero for example million million ringgit Malaysia per month for example so these are distribution normal distribution so you got to understand that these are what the world ataupun the world is working on the world whatever I mean in terms of academic lah what we understand the world view is that the world is whatever world apa-apa saja anything talking about income ke talking about your grades ke talking about apa saja anything in this world talking about sickness ke illness ke apa ke whatever lah it must come to the normal distribution lah. The idea is that the majority of people katalah this one is income the majority of people, how do I know majority? Look at the curve lah. Look at the curve. See from here to here. From here to here is about macam ni lah, dia buat dia punya garisan about 68.3% roughly about close to 70% of the population, let's say in Malaysia for example, about 70% population of Malaysia income dia almost in the median, in the average lah, terlebih kurang not far from the average lah. This mu ni I hope you all knew this is mu this Latin letters Greek Latin I'm not sure Greek letters mu so this one sigma kan. So mu indicates average. Let's say average is 5,000 ringgit a month kan. Let's say misalnya 5,000 ringgit a month is the average income for Malaysia lah. So that means about 70% people in Malaysia income dia adalah between this much to this much lah, about the average lah, lebih kurang. So this how the world is working now lah. That's how kita in the academic world, our whatever things we do based on the taburan lah. I'm divert sikit lah. Okay, sorry to divert jauh sikit daripada sana. So that's the kita punya program lah. Back to our program. Our program is about this lah. Our program pula. Subject. So subject is research method. For IVX is master, and then we have apa tadi? IMX. So let me discuss with you dia punya requirement for the subject lah. So the requirement dia adalah very easy like I said just now. But if you insist to apply for entire exemption, up to you. I will not stop you. Go ahead. If you think you don't think you need research method anymore, you can learn on your own. But I don't. Nonetheless, I don't encourage you to do that lah. So our class will be Saturday, and from 9 to 12 p.m. Okay, like I said, all this while after COVID, during COVID, everything online. Dah 5 tahun 5 years already semua online Maybe it's about time for us to go hybrid maybe I'm not so sure. So this our ni lah, our group So our WhatsApp group belum join lagi situ. This English version lah. So assignment dia apa? Attendance. Attendance nanti attendance kejap Okay, since talking about attendance, why not I do attendance? Okay, let me do attendance. Okay, do attendance first lah so that you. So attendance usually kita usually attendance we use spectrum. Tengok problem lah. Always problem I hope the line is okay. So is it okay? Yeah, the line is okay. Okay dah. Right, so group 1 our next session Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Group 1 for students. Okay, I hope you can do this. Group 1. Alright, nice. From 9 to 12 9 to 12. Okay, can do now. Can go right your wait. Let me allow this one first. I'll take a session. Each session every Saturday. Alright. Until bila? Until next year bulan, I think sampai January lah, if I'm not mistaken. I think 25th, I think. 24 I think 24. Okay, allow student record attendance. Okay, you can record your own attendance now. I click okay, right. Okay, I'm sure you all want to know this. Okay, can add your own attendance. Go to here. You can create lah your attendance. So this is for master attendance. And then for the IMX, let me check. Right, attendance, group 1, group 2, attendance. I don't think, yeah, okay, group 1. And that's group 1. Okay, add session. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Before this start macam ni, for group 1 only, this one. For group 1 only, before this start everything makes some. So all the Arabic class pun masuk juga. Which is wrong lah. Class, okay. Repeat. Alright, Saturday, tak apalah. Don't worry about that. Okay, repeat until next year kan? Oh, sorry. Next year January. Am I right? January. I think 24 lah. I will confirm later on. Allow student to record attendance. Okay. Update. Update. Pernah update pula. Tak payahlah kan. Okay dah. Can clear all attendance now. Okay, and for me, I'm not so worried sangat buat attendance lah. As long as you masuk kelas dengan, at least you understand. If you cannot understand, if you cannot attend pun, you know what you are discussing lah for that week. Like I said, it is quite impossible for us to teach you everything in one semester lah. Even that, now pun dah pukul apa dah? Pukul 11 lah. Kita nak habis kelas pun. So that's the requirement of the subject lah. So again, I have to stress this because ada je yang takkan hantar, ada je lupa lah apalah. I will stress again. I have to edit this one. Sorry. Edit mode lah. This one make sure hantar, jangan tak hantar. Kalau tak hantar, then emang you are in trouble. This one Okay, wait. Let me change this one first. Update 18. 10. Okay. Save and display. Alright, this is for master. So make sure you send your that's why I said our bar is very low. We have no intention to fail you in the subject because this is your although this subject is very important, we have no intention to make it difficult for you to pass. In fact, it's quite easy. I would say very easy. In one, I'm not yet update because I understand there will be some changes in the number in the teaching. I understand that somebody want to change the class. I mean, not change class, change lecturers. So that's why this one I'm not yet updated lah the timetable. But in terms of your task is this one assignment. So make sure this one ada assignment lah. Okay. Yeah, assignment make sure jangan tak hantar, mesti hantar. If you don't send your assignment, you sure fail. Because our marking is purely based on the assignment. That's all how we examine your this one. Let me cancel first because I'm not yet determined bila. So I will cancel this one first. I will go strike. Mana dia strike? Wait. Kan. Mana? There's a button. Wait. This one. Cancel tu nanti because I'm not yet seen the timetable lah. Macam mana dia punya ni? Ya dulu lah. So basically what the requirement for master and PhD sama saja, same thing, which is you have to submit your ni save and display. Send your proposal. So which means very easy lah. Easy because ni format kertas cadangan. So format kertas cadangan. This one is Malay, but English kat bawah. So your format of proposal should follow like as I read the single. The format should follow the academic writing guidebook lah. So this one okay, the issue here is that this buku panduan Ustaz Ilmiah ni is in Malay. It's in Malay. If you Google this one, you can find this book. It's in Malay. It's free. Tak kena bayar apa. It's free of charge. You can access online lah. But the only problem is that this one is in Malay only. There's no English version for that lah. Unfortunately lah. But anyhow, the way we will assess your oh, your understanding about this subject is from this assignment only. Assignment compulsory. So without this, you fail. Confirm fail. So, saya hantarlah. Okay, this one so I have to, wait. I have to, where's the ni? Allah. I want to edit sekejap sebab I'm not yet check when is the due date. When is the due date for the semester? Usually, I will ask a student to submit usually lah, latest pun latest lah, the final week of the study week. Altogether we have 7 week lecture and then 1 week break and then 7 week lecture. So total 15 weeks lah. Lepas tu we have another 1 week study week. That means week 16 lah. So basically I will ask student to submit at the end of week 15. Week 15, not week 16. Week 16 tu week 16 is already study week. So usually that will happen. So anyhow, there will always some issue. So I will put it here. I will check again. I will confirm again when is the 15 week of the semester lah. So hantar through this. Do not send your proposal to me by email ataupun by WhatsApp. You can only do that if the system break down lah. That's the only situation when I allow you to do that lah. Otherwise, I will not allow you. Why I don't allow you to do that? Because if you send me your proposal assignment, your assignment through email or WhatsApp, I may overlook or I may not be aware of that. So if you send your assignment through the system, that one for sure it will not go away. It will stay in the system. If you send by email, I may overlook. You send by WhatsApp, I may delete that because there's so many WhatsApp. Tak siapa dia, I don't know who they are, where they're coming from. Is it a scam? Is it a virus? I don't know what is that. So make sure you send your assignment through Spectrum only. Unless there are big problem with Spectrum, then you can send me through email or WhatsApp lah. Otherwise, it must go through this channel. Don't go to other channel lah. Only this channel lah. So submit sini lah. So this one is 0 lah, tak ada lagi. So send your assignment to this. Only this one. Okay, that's what will happen in this subject lah. So again, either you are IMX ke ataupun IVX, the requirement is still the same, which is send your assignment at the end of the week lah, at the end of the final week. Kalau nak tak sekarang pun boleh juga, tapi it doesn't make sense tak sekarang. You can send it towards the end lah. So when, wait a minute. Yeah, this one. Okay, so ini bulan 18, 10. Okay, so send your assignment here. So you must follow this one lah. So let me cancel this one. Nanti ada tak pasang lah. So that I know that I will check again, confirm the date lah. Because takut dia kadang-kadang dia tukar for whatever reason lah. Tapi memang jarang lah, tapi pernah tukar due to maybe raya ke, maybe because of whatever lah, we don't know kan. So far tak pernah bertukar lagi lah, tapi possible tukar juga sebab ada macam-macam case. So we'll So, let me discuss kejap this one. Apa dia punya proposal? Proposal pula. What's your assignment? So, assignment is basically your proposal lah. So, your proposal contains of basically your proposal will contain your, okay, let me check. Okay, this one buat lama punya. So, this is what I meant by this very old lah. So, we are now in the middle of updating this version. Hopefully, this is old. Buku, unfortunately, it's in Malay lah. Yang so I apologize to the students from China lah. No Gauli semua. This one is in Malay. But I hope you get the idea lah. The idea is that when you write your proposal, this one very old 2020. This one. Very old, 2020, 5 years dah. So 5 years for in terms of buku panduan ni is a bit old lah. So basically, if you look at this book, you can Google this one. Just type panduan penulisan ilmiah Islam. You will find it online. Click that one, and you will find that there is let me check. Cadangan. Sekejap. Okay, let me check. I'm not. I don't really like this kind. How they write the book lah, because dia tak ada. Okay. So if we look here, right, format kertas cadangan pendidikan. So this is format for you when you want to do your proposal defense. You got to remember, kan? I hope by now you know what's your timeline, kan? Timeline tu macam mana? So the first one is you have to do your proposal defense. So I don't think today we're going to discuss anything about research, and it's more like the apa ni? The foundation first, the administration lah mostly. So I hope by now you know that what is your timeline, step by step progress. So the first progress is that you register. That's number one. Progress number two, you must do your proposal defense. This one, PD kita panggil lah, short form. What is this PD? This is what we call the cadangan. So in the PD, proposal defense, is where you prepare your cadangan penyelidikan, which is basically why we create this class. Basically, why we create this class. The method is for you to help you to prepare this PD, proposal defense. Okay, for sure you have prepare your proposal when you applying for masters and PhD at ke mana-mana ke, semua sama. Every university will ask you to attach your proposal. What is your proposal? Research proposal basically. So I'm sure you have your research proposal. Okay. So that's why you are required to attend this class, because the proposal that you have last time, you have to update, improve it lah. Improve by attending this class. So you have to focus lah. Kenapa diam ni? Aku ni cakap seorang ke? Oh ada. Okay. Nampak macam diam kan? Macam tak ada orang pula kan?
Ada.
Ni macam kelas kan?
Orang fokus.
Cakap seorang ke kan? Okay. Okay, apa tadi? PD. Okay, PD. Proposal defense. So this is your step lah. So I hope by now you make sure in your phone you tap this down. In your calendar tu you must have some target lah. Because you know what you're going to do, kan? PD bila. What is PD? Okay, let's discuss what is PD. Basically, PD is where you present your study lah basically. So that's why we have this class. We prepare you so that you will submit your proposal, improve your proposal better lah kan. That's what the reason. That's what we are going. That's why the purpose of this class lah. So uh, for sure you dah ada class, you dah ada proposal, but we want you to improve lah. So normally bidang penyelidikan ni tak ada pun tak apa. This one forget about this one lah. Bidang penyelidikan ni usually for the administration sahaja, not for you lah. Forget about this one. That's why I said this book ni lah, because this one is not for you. This one for the management lah, to decide, because this one involve code, a national education code. Kalau if you Google this, you can figure out lah. The national education code ni is provided by KPT, our Minister of Higher Education lah, KPT. So you must have a tajuk lah, title apa dia. Okay. So your tajuk ni have to ni lah, tajuk nanti ni, this what we discuss in the class. Tajuk macam mana, what kind of tajuk kat tu. So you when you look at journal article and you look at thesis, memang lain, confirm lain. They'll be different. Let me show you one article. I was reading an article just now. This one. Okay, this one. This one is I found it from International Journal of Consumer Studies, Consumer Repair Decision Making. So if you find this one in journal, of course tak sama lah. The way dia punya journal tak sama. So you cannot use the title from journal as your benchmark lah. But you can use it as a guideline, tapi tak boleh sebab macam ni memang tak boleh. This is not, this title, Consumer Repair Decision Making, is not suitable for a thesis. Confirm tak boleh, confirm tak lepas. You really sure cannot fail this one. But if you use something like, for example, okay, I share with you. This one I just randomly lah, International of Consumer Studies. Okay. Ni kenapa ni? Wait a minute. Maybe I'll go. Let me see. Let go articles. Browse. Letak browse. Sekejap. Okay, let's say this one. Volume 46. 49. See. Okay. So this one is the International Journal of Consumer Studies, Volume 49, Issue 6, for example. Kan? So why I look at this journal, I'm thinking of submitting my journal here, my paper here. Let's see. That's the reason why I open the journal lah. If I have time, I will share with you. I have so many papers rejected. To share with you lah. I'm so many papers rejected by the journal. So I have some experience. I can share with you what mistake you should avoid. Because I have done the mistake. So I can share with you later on lah. So this is journal, Journal of Consumer Studies. Because when you prepare your material, again, you prepare your manuscript, you think this already is sufficient, is good enough. But then when you submitted, they rejected. Okay, tapi janganlah sedih. Rejected ni biasa. The only difficult part rejected ni, there are two types of rejected. Backward scale tak apalah. Just to share with you my experience. I like to share my experience with students. So I think at least 1/3 of my paper, more than half actually, rejected tu. The way they rejected is there are two types of rejection. kita panggil desk rejection. Apa nak cakap? I'm not so sure how can I call this. There are two types of rejection I saw lah, at least from my own experience. So ada banyak, so many times rejected, at least 10 times lah, 10 manuscript rejected. So the rejection tu, yang rejection yang jenis, there are two types of rejection I saw. One type of rejection, your manuscript, dia kata, of course dia kata, the editor will say very short, your manuscript does not fit with the journal. That's all. Kalau macam tu memang kan saya sakit hati lah saya. Tak cakap langsung. Does not say anything what's wrong with your article. Just mention the article does not fit with the journal. Tu je. Memang paling hantar lah. That was memang useless lah. Meaning memang either useless on that side or useless on your side lah. Either way lah. But one thing I like about rejection is that yang rejection yang the one that say what is wrong with your manuscript. That one I like. So for example, dia sebut lah, is good tapi does not fit our journal because they want you to write in then it's okay lah. And so we know what is wrong with your, even then also it's not easy, even for me yang dah lama kan lecturer pun, it's not easy because when you look at one angle, I don't find it difficult. Even when I check, we know we have AI kan, I check with ChatGPT semua, they say it's okay, good, but when I submit tak lepas juga, reject because of so when meaning apa? Meaning the way people are assessing your work tak sama. Although ChatGPT kata okay, although AI kata good, but when you go to editorial journal, reject. So that means on the way, in terms of evaluation yang berbeza-beza. So you won't be surprised. Let me tell you, you won't be surprised when you are in a Viva. In Viva, tak kisahlah master ke PhD, you will have at least how many external? Is it two external? Lupa dah pula. Two, sorry. Two, silap sih. There is two examiner, one internal, one external. I thought three, only two. Three for, no, two, only two. Two. I've forgotten. Three tu termasuk chairman. So there are two examiners, panel reviewer call it. You will be surprised that you will see that there is a case, one examiner bagi good minor correction, the other examiner bagi betul lah tiga. Sorry, tiga. For PhD, three examiners. The last one I attended, yeah, correct. Two external, one internal. Two external, one internal. Three examiners. I'm not sure about master. I think same. I think master only two examiner. One external, one internal. For master by research, one internal, one external, if I'm not mistaken. For PhD, three. Two external and one internal. And let me tell you, you will not be surprised. Okay, you will not be surprised to see among these three people ni, one kata good, dia ada kata dalam for your information, in evaluating whatever, there are how many category? Number one, no correction. Number two, minor correction. Number three, major correction. Number four, resubmit. Number five, fail. So ada 5 kategori. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not memorizing. basically that if you go any university, there will be 5 category for Viva. Even master ke PhD same. Number 1, very good lah, no correction. Number 2, minor correction. Minor correction means within 6 months. Sometimes minor correction ada dua. Sometimes lah, some university buat two types of minor. One minor for 3 months, minor for 6 months. Within 3 months lah, sorry, within 6 months. The one is major. Major means more than 6 months. I'm not so sure lah. Tapi dia ada minor, ada major. Oh, major. I don't remember. Major ni for how long? Then there is resubmit lah. So resubmit means more than 1 year lah. At least 1 year later boleh. Resubmit and revival. And the last one fail lah. So you will be surprised kalau seorang kata good, no so far tak jumpa lagi lah yang tak ada correction langsung. You will be surprised seorang kata minor, seorang kata major, seorang kata resubmit. So you won't be surprised. That means the same thesis, 3 people examine, three different results. So that's why when I say just now, I send my manuscript, I check with AI kata okay, I submit, reject. So that means it is normal. Normal that they have different evaluation lah. That's why I said again, be careful. Make sure you follow, at least you follow the structure lah. Structure tu macam mana. So tajuk nanti maybe kita sempat dengan discuss. Dah pukul apa dah? Almost 12 dah. Allah, 12 biar betul. Okay, so tajuk you have to discuss lah. I forgot why the reason I show you tajuk. I forgot to tell you. So just now I show you tajuk. So maybe this one lah tajuk. Just now kita discuss tajuk. So this one is okay. This one is okay for PhD thesis lah. So this one you can follow. The impact of generative AI characteristic on users' potential value and product involvement. So this one is good for PhD, is good for thesis. Sorry, it's good for journal article, it's good for thesis. From voice to choice, understanding customer response to voice assistant and human recommendation. This one could be a bit tricky sikit. This one title ni a bit tricky because they have dia ada from voice to choice ni. Tapi if you remove this one from voice to choice, you live with understanding consumer, this one possible to be accepted for thesis atau master PhD. Tapi for journal, this one is okay. Apa lagi contoh? Let's say paper, bukan. Apa bahala ni? Journal ni, wah, benda dia kenapa dia buat review tak, let's see. I don't think I should submit to this journal lah. Dia luckily we have AI kan, you can ask AI to check which journal should I send my paper lah. Edit original article satu je, only one. 2. Apa jurnal ni? I don't think I can submit my article kat sini lah. I don't think I can submit here lah. Now it's more something like systematic review. Why this journals like okay. Just look at the original article this one So if you look at this one I'm talking about tajuk because just now we're talking about tajuk title was study So I'll look at journal. I want you to familiarize because I'm sure you will be looking at journal AI semua tu. Be careful some of the title tu maybe tak sesuai. Motivated consumer innovativeness and sustainable fashion choice, a sequential explanatory study. Looks alright to me. Looks alright to me because how can I tell? Oh, nama ni orang Melayu. So how can I tell? Because they have like nama orang Malaysia ke? Sekejap. Oh, tak ada. Baik. Sorry. Kenapa nak verify pula? Wait a minute, it's a bit slow lah. Okay. Sekejap Okay, successful. Okay. Okay, dah dapat. Okay. Okay, motivation. Motivated consumer innovativeness and sustainable choice, sustainable fashion choice, a sequential, explanatory study. Okay. Oh, ni bukan open access. Kalau bukan open access, tak boleh baca lah. Dia hanya bagi abstract saja lah. Okay. Okay, so this is, if you look at the title, so dia ada motivated consumer. There's one idea. Then sustainable fashion. There are two ideas lah. At least two ideas from the title alone, without reading the detail. Motivated consumer innovative, one idea. Sustainable choices, another idea, two ideas, good enough. Lepas tu sequential explanatory theory. Okay lah, boleh lah. So if your thesis is sound like this, looks alright. That means you have one idea, which is motivated consumer innovativeness, and then two idea, sustainable fashion choice. So there are two different idea how you want to connect. So the connection is explanatory study. Contoh lagi kurang. So that means kalau you want to do your that means dia punya, what I want to tell here is that sometimes you will find that the the title of the article tu, journal article tu a bit tricky sikit lah. Tricky macam some sort like don't think I can use this. Okay. Okay, so I think this journal focus pada method lah. It's a journal of consumer studies. When I look at the title, most of the title, I'm talking about original article. They are more interested in theory lah. Macam ni, using theory, social media and sport, systematic review. Systematic review is a theory, it's a method. It's a method. It's method juga. So mostly about method lah, this journal. I don't think this journal is suitable for me lah. Okay, it's alright. So why I do this? Ada orang Melayu lah. Interesting. Okay, no, ESG, Consumer Systematic Review. Interesting. Ada macam ni. This I don't understand why the journal. This journal looks like interested in ni. Okay, interesting. I think I know this Noah Ariza Abdullah. Okay, good job. Okay. Oh, dia panggil review paper. I don't know that. Not bad, not bad. Oh, okay. Shariza Hashim. Right, not bad. I'm looking at original article and it's not a review paper. So, okay, interesting. Okay, so tajuk, have to at least this one. I will try to explain in English. Apa maksud ni? Tajuk hendaklah mampu menjelaskan persoalan pokok dan fokus kajian. That means you have a big issue, main issue, and then what's your focus lah. Focus about. So pemilihan perkataan, choice of words, susunan ungkapan, how you arrange, hendaklah ringkas dan padat. So simple and precise lah. That's the title lah. Okay. Wow, I was stunned because I know this. Just now I show this now. I know this. I know these people. This. Why does so many? Okay, interesting. Dan nama dah 2 kali keluar. Dia ni pakat-pakat ke apa? I don't know what's talking about. Why this one all about SLR? Systematic review. They're talking about systematic review. Okay. SLR. Yeah. Boleh consider juga SLR. This one. Systematic research, systematic literature review. So systematic literature reviews ni, if you notice it does not go under original article. If you are doing systematic literature review, it does not go under review paper. So this kind of differentiation lah between review paper dengan between original article. What's the difference? Let me see. That's why when you know about, it's something different. Okay, now I know. Okay, at least this one is good. Yeah, this one is good. So at least you can, I hope I can manage to show you something here, walaupun tak termasuk dalam saya punya agenda. In this journal, dah lain pula, tak apalah, kita buat sikit, tak apalah. Tengok tak apalah. So at least we know what are the different in journal ni. This we call original article. Why this article is called original article? When you look at the abstract, you will see that okay, this one is does not mention anything about theory. Other let's say kata in the era of sustainability, okay, ada teori ke sana. There is some theory here. Just scan saja, tak perlu baca one by each and every word. Quality study. So this means this one the results reveal. This one, the results reveal. So it means this is, we can call it original article lah. Meaning dia buat proper study. Compared to this one, this is a review paper. Review paper ni is different. Review paper is, dia publish review paper juga. Okay. So review paper, what we do is different. Dia punya paper adalah, this study provides comprehensive theory-based systematic review. So dia systematic review. So that's why they call it review paper. Dia panggil review. Dia tak buat, this one does not conduct a new research. This one is about, you conduct research on research. Terlebih kurang. You conduct research on what research previously has been done. So that's why this manuscript, this paper, is called review paper. Compare this with this one, dipanggil original article lah. Ni jarang-jarang kamu tengok. This one rarely see lah. Usually in most journal, patutlah dia dapat lepas. I know this girl just now. I know this lady. I work with her. This one Liza Abdullah. So when look, I know her. So a bit surprised juga. So now I notice lah kenapa, because it's a review paper. So this kind of differentiation lah. At least you manage to see something. Pukul 12 dah kita nak habis ni. So basically betul lah lebih kurang. Saya nak tak lama sangat, just to some introduction lah. What our class will be doing next week. InsyaAllah kita ada kelas macam biasa. Right, so where is my tadi macam GPT. Where is my tak ada. Okay, tak apalah. So you can look at this one. So roughly, what is you're supposed to do in your assignment? Prepare your proposal, which means you need to provide what is the title, of course. Kita kena ada. Tajuk ni title lah, for those who don't know Malay. Tajuk is title. And then the introduction lah, your background, the research, apa. And then what's your problem statement? Kan? That's your proposal. Problem statement. And then your RQ, research question apa dia. And then your hypothesis. This one hypothesis maybe don't you call it jika berkenaan. When if relevant lah. Sometimes the hypothesis is not there, especially you're doing qualitative. You don't have hypothesis lah. And then the objective lah. What's your objective of research? And then scope. Scope ni if relevant lah, tak not necessary. If you want to put scope boleh, tak ada pun tak apa. But limitation, batasan. Batasan penyelidikan. Put what's the limit lah, in terms of time, maybe in terms of time, maybe in terms of location, or maybe in terms of your focus lah, apa dia. Yang ni tak perlu panjang. This scope and limitation maybe not even half paragraph pun. Half a page lah cukup. Dalam satu paragraph, dua paragraph cukup. Pun sama lah. So kajian pun 1-2 paragraph cukup. But this one is important. It was important of your study. Definitely not necessary. Definitely not necessary. You want to put it also can. The ones who can, no problem. And then your literature lah. Your framework. Usually the framework we put in the literature. LR, literature review. And then this one method lah. Your method apa dia? What kind of method you have? Is it qualitative? Is it quanti, mixed method? And how are you going to collect data? Keadaan. So that's it. Keadaan analysis. So I tell you what is more important kat sini. Geografi. So these are the what we call it proposal. So I tell you what is most important in proposal. What is most important in proposal is here your, of course tajuk is important lah. The background is very important. Explain in detail apa dia. And your problem statement. Problem statement must connect with your latar belakang pendidikan. Okay. Right. So must be closely related lah. Okay. Baru semalam I attend one of students. The title is about something else, but the problem statement is about something else. The students is doing something about it's about in schools there are koperasi kan. koperasi sekolah, we call it cooperation in school, that's the title, but in the problem statement doesn't mention anything about uh, problem statement, and dia punya latar belakang ni doesn't talk much about dia punya koperasi sekolah. It's more about the problem statement he mentioned about the case of bully in school, the case of some sort of like bad things happen in school. That's not what you want to hear lah kan. Kalau if we are talking about koperasi school, koperasi means business by the school. So you must talk about business in school lah. Sini latar belakang your statement problem statement. It means you must mention lah, at least in terms of school cooperation in school, which one is doing well, which one is doing bad, kan? At least give some idea lah what is happening kat sana, dia punya statement lah. So basically tajuk is on your own, latar belakang penyelidikan is on your own, penyataan masalah is on your own. So I mean your own idea lah basically, own idea. Latar belakang is your own idea. Tajuk is also your own idea. But when you go to ujian mereka pun also your own idea lah. But when you go to literature review, this is very important. This is not your own. It's basically from past study lah. So when we look at when we examine proposal, what we look, at least for my side lah, what I look the most is these three things. I look at the background of study. I look at the problem statement. Objective I can skip. Soalan kajian I can skip. Soalan I can skip. Soalan I can skip. Soalan I can skip. These three first will tell me whether it has some idea or not. So background, the student has a good idea. Problem statement, these two must be connected. If you're talking about this title, so talking about business in school, you must mention about what is the problem in school, what is the problem with business. Do not talk about problem with the children, with the school children. Talk about the business. Do not talk about the problem with the teacher. Talk about the business lah. Boleh, you can talk about the problem teacher, tapi must connect with the problem with business lah, cooperation. So I look at, I think it's not only me, I'm sure every lecturer pun sama juga. Look at they will look at the background of your study, look at the problem in the study, and then look at your literature. These are the most important thing lah. So the rest too you can give and take lah. Tapi it's very important. Make sure that maybe your your method of data collection be not that strong enough. Be can okay lah. We can have some slacks kat sini lah. We can give some like leeway sikit lah. Some some discount lah. But this one cannot give discount. The literature review must be solid lah. Literature review must be solid. Yeah, literature review solid about the problem statement lah. Statement. So if your problem statement is about business in school, why it's so difficult for the cooperation in school, cooperasi sekolah to successful, you must connect with the literature. So literature must talk about business in school. Why business in school, cooperation is not doing well. Itulah lebih kurang the whole idea lah. Jangan pula cakap pasal, don't talk about the discipline of the students, teacher sini. Talk about the business lah. you can talk about the little discipline of student, but you must connect with the business in school lah, for example. Itu mesti ada, that must be I mean the connection mesti ada lah. Dia tak boleh connection tu far. Of course semua benda ni ada connection. Everything in this world ada connection. The only difficult part is that how we want to make the connection clear. Itu je lah problemnya. So there's, you can look at this one. You can Google this one. Tapi this one, as I said just now, it's very old. It's not very. It's not even tak ada. Even Islam pun, I feel like I don't agree with this because if you look at this one kan, this one is panduan penulisan ni, our faculty buat. This one pun buat rushing kan. Panduan penulisan ilmiah, tapi even here also we don't see table of content. Nampak tak? Table of content pun tak ada. So this one memang rushing lah ni. Tapi adalah langsung. It's not good lah. Boleh lah. Okay, this is one. That's your reference. So buku pun ada analisis boleh juga lah. It's not good, but daripada tak ada, boleh lah. So that's my your takeaway for today lah. Make sure assignment kena hantar lah. Tarikh I will inform you later. When should you submit your proposal. So your proposal, remember, you must have your title, you must have your background. Of course, title kena ada lah. Must have background, the problem statement, and then your literature review. These three mesti connected lah. Mungkin I can give away lah. Maybe I can give and take about the methods, what data you collect. But the three mesti ada. You must have your background study, problem statement, and connect with your literature review lah. So you're doing about school, the problem with the school, ma'had tahfiz, whatever. Your literature must be about ma'had tahfiz. If you cannot find anything about ma'had tahfiz, think about literature with regard to school, private school kan. But must be connected lah. Jangan pula talk about something yang so far off lah. So far off about the matter. I know you can argue that they are also related, tapi you want to make it, you want to connect that, you must have some bridge lah. Kan, dua idea yang jauh nampak sangat. There must be connection lah. So aku dah saya kena berhenti. So I hope I'm clear about this. You are clear about this, and I'm clear. I managed to tell you what is ni lah, what the requirement. So hopefully next week I will see you. Next week I will see you again. Sebab kita start pun lagi materialnya, just about the class saja. What else? Sorry, saya tertekan back tadi, langsung keluar terus. So I hope to not miss anything. Ada apa nak tanya ke?
Ada nak tanya sikit
Yes.
Okay, for LR ni, literature review ni, how many source yang kita nak, berapa bilangan ni, minimum lah.
Bilangan bilangan
4 ke 5 cukup.
Okay.
Untuk proposal lah.
How we decide cukup tak cukup? Biasanya we look at what content you're talking about. Dia punya 5 boleh, kalau 1 pun boleh, tapi tak make sense ke tak? Sebab you have to argue to yourself. Ke 5 ni, let's say you're talking about
for the sake of proposal lah, not proposal defend, for this proposal lah.
Betul, tapi kalau 5 for me macam let's say 5 lah
not adequate.
provided lima tu very strong reference. I mean, let's say we're talking about problem in school kan. So lima tu memang tajuk. Memang of course I will not know everything lah. At least we can judge based on the title of the reference. Example kan. Let's say you're talking about problem in school. Bully lah, for example. Bully in school. That's what current issue now kan. Bully in school. So let's say I only 5 reference. Okay, tak ada masalah. But what are the 5 reference? I look at the title. First, I look at the title lah. Adakah 5 title talking about bully? Title saja. Number 1. And then at least I will look at least two angle lah. Number 1, I look at the title. Is it about bully? 5 ni bully tak? Okay, kalau 5 bully then pass. But tak cukup lagi. I look at number 2. This reference ni, are they strong reference or weak reference? What I mean by weak is that yang source yang without any peer review. For example, like newspaper. Maybe surat khabar is not boleh sebab sometimes got to remember newspaper usually dia akan make the news besar, big as it can do lah. Padahal benda tu kecil saja. So if all 5 newspaper then out lah. Tapi if from that 5 I got 1 newspaper, 1 book, 1 journal, maybe 1 newspaper, and then 1 book, 2 book, 3 journal, 4 journal, 5 journal, then walaupun 5 tapi 5 ni memang well known ataupun yang strong lah, prominent figure dalam ni, okey lah. Tapi kalau 5 tu khabar je ataupun Facebook saja ke ataupun YouTube saja ke, then
Wikipedia ke tak?
Wikipedia ke kan, out lah. So that means boleh 5, but I look at the title, satu, I judge based on title of the reference, and then I judge based on the sources of reference lah. And then kalau nak tambah tu lagi mungkin tengok is the author tu somebody yang well known tak? Well known in that figure. Sometimes kita tak kenal pun, tapi tak apalah. Itu tambahan lah kalau ada. Tapi at least title and dia punya sources lah. Bukan sources, punya apa? Type of sources lah kot. Okay? Kalau semua tu journal, mungkin strong lah. Ataupun semua buku ke, mungkin agak solid lah. Ataupun semua tu maybe even kalau semua tu somebody yang kita tahu lah, macam Imam Ghazali ke, Imam Nawawi ke apa, okey lah. Kan somebody yang well known kan, tapi kalau yang tak familiar tu susah sikit lah.
Okay, thank you. Baik.
So, itulah di bulan ni ya. So, insyaAllah kita akan jumpa nanti next week. Next week hari apa? Minggu depan kita akan ada, okay, insyaAllah saya akan jumpa kamu next week. Start minggu ni tak start actually.
Minggu depan kelas online ke offline ni doktor?
Minggu depan hari berapa bulan
Minggu depan 25th.
Yang masa tu yang masa
3 Bali
yang apa recorded Azian
Kuala Lumpur doktor.
Belum tu, I think kalau kita nak buat kelas online pun tak make sense lah. Tak online make sense. Kalau kita nak buat physical pun tak make sense lah. We have to do physical, online next week because the meeting kan. I think a bit difficult lah. So for class next week, I will see you online. But perhaps my other time I will see you again maybe 3 kali lah. Maybe third time maybe the third time maybe can see you face to face ke, tengok macam mana. I cannot promise lah. But next week most memang confirm tak boleh lah because of the Asian we know kan Trump akan datang Malaysia kan. Ya ke datang? Wallahualam. Kalau Trump tak jadi datang Malaysia memang tak boleh lah. Of course tutup jalan confirm. Kalau Trump datang Malaysia that's the next week punya schedule. So hopefully again pukul 12 kita tutup. Welcome to Universiti Malaya. For those yang dah biasa, welcome back lah. For those who tak pernah datang, so welcome to St. Mayor. Hopefully you will experience a good experience lah in this journey of master, journey of PhD. So although I'm from Department of Sharia Management, I don't mind helping you out, tak ada masalah pun, because kita punya most of our study kan, our thesis ni more or less very closely related lah. Tak jauh pun, not far off. Even you buat law ke ataupun Quran ke apa ke, dia punya the nature is almost close to us lah, unless you are doing some sort like hukum, that's different story lah. I cannot advise you if you're doing hukum lah, I mean fixed punya side. But if you are doing something on application side, insyaAllah I will be able to advise you lah. Furthermore, I got so many rejection from editorial, so I can share with you apa yang dia nak lah, if you want to submit for journal. Okay, I think that's all for today. I hope let me see, did I miss anything? Assignment dah buat. I think that's all. That's all the class for today. I hope you tak minta exemption lah. Atau ada yang minta exemption. Kalau boleh continue bagus juga. Tapi kalau nak minta pun tak ada masalah. I'm sure they will entertain you. I'm sure if you ask for exemption, they will pass and they will approve your application lah. Okay, so insyaAllah we'll see you again next Saturday. Hopefully tak ada apa arang, because I'm thinking about I have to attend one conference, tapi maybe sempat sebab Sabtu. That conference on the Tuesday. Okay, so hopefully see you again insyaAllah. Tak ada apa hal, tak apa lah kan. So thank you very much. Kalau apa hal, kalau saya terlupa apa ke saya sebut untuk pasal kita punya assignment, kita akan update lagi, no worry. We have long time, we have 14 weeks to go, no worry. Kalau ada apa hal, saya akan message dalam group. So kalau ada pengetahuan yang tak dapat nak masuk group, beritahu because I'm sure somebody will ada problem nak access ke Spectrum, somebody will have problem to access Maya. So make sure ask them to join our group first, at least you go missing, you know what's happening. Kalau tak boleh hantar assignment pun, you know where to submit. That's very important. Okay, I'll see you again next week lah. Saturday insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, syukran Dr. Barakallahu fikum.
Thank you, Doktor.